Hi guys, my name is Jackie and I'm here to talk to you about God Behind Bars and a little bit about what they do, a little about who they are and how you can get involved with them. So God Behind Bars does more than just launch church campuses inside of prisons. They do so much more for the inmate population and their families to support them. They do life groups, reentry services, recovery and family reunification processes for them to help end the cycle of incarceration. That's their goal. One of their most important initiatives is the Family Matters program, and it's a family reunification program that restores these inmates with their children and just blesses them in all, really. It's what they do. They restore the inmates with their kids through events through All Is Bright. They give them a church platform to attend these church services together, and then they equip them with lifelong skills that they need for their families and to be able to live a Christ-centered foundation that they need to do with their families once again, just to end that cycle that they have. And right now we have about 8.5 million kids in the U.S. with incarcerated parents. That's either mom or dad in prison. And that's a lot. And 85% of those children themselves will end up in prison. And it's a bad cycle, and God Behind Bars is just willing to end that, and they want to break that cycle and are just committed to doing that. This is Patty, and this is one of our special guests. She has a very unique story, amazing story. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I actually was on top of the world. I had a house, I had a life, I had a family, and slowly but surely everything just started to fall apart. And in a very short time, I was a single mother going through a divorce, going through some financial issues, losing my house, losing my job, and I isolated and made some very bad choices, which led to being sentenced to 3 to 8 years in prison. When I was sentenced to prison, that same day I found out I was 4.5 months pregnant. I had my son Liam in prison. They transported me to UMC where I got 48 hours with my baby. And over the next 2 years, after watching him stay at the hospital while I had to leave to go back to prison, I got to see him probably 6 times in a very confined and sterile and rigid setting where I couldn't really touch him or play with him or cuddle him or hug him. I was really at the mercy of my family and anybody else who could get approved to bring him to visit. So when I had the opportunity, I got to attend the All Is Bright event.
And so what All Is Bright does is it's an event that God Behind Bars holds every year around the Christmas holiday. And it reunifies these inmates with their children and lets them be the heroes in their children's lives. They get to spend dinner with them. They get to give their kids presents for the first time for Christmas. And they just get to have that holiday spirit that you and I have with our families that they don't get to have every year. And just God Behind Bars does that for them. And it's a really special thing. We have a video that we'll put up that you guys can watch and get a little bit more information about it.
All Is Bright is a family reunification initiative geared at introducing incarcerated parents to their children around the Christmas holiday.
Seeing all those presents, I didn't know what to do. I never bought nothing for my daughter, so let me get this. I know she likes this, likes that. So it was just amazing, a blessing from God, man. I'm thankful for it.
This is the first time in our situation this has ever happened.
I always thought of myself as a tough man, man don't cry, but today it was different type of tears. It was tears of joy.
Jelani was crying because he said, I can take the presents home, but I can't take you. And I went and sat by him and hugged him. And I told him I'll be home soon. Everyone is full of joy. Everyone's family.
The reason why I love this event is because it's an opportunity for these kids to experience Christmas with their mom and dad. And for me, it's that little glimpse of hope. It's the little glimpse of I'll be back. It's the little glimpse that we have many more of these Christmases to come. It's that all is still bright.
Patty had said that she actually got to play with her son for one of the first times at one of our All Is Bright events. I just want to ask you, how did you feel during that? What was that like?
I was actually at that All Is Bright event, and my baby had just turned 2. And it was the first time I got to pick out presents for him. And it wasn't just about the presents. It was the first time I was actually able to feel human again and to be able to think like a mom and to really put myself in the position of, what does my child like? What does he need? What can I give him at this moment that I couldn't give him from the day he was born? That event was the first day I was able to actually play with him and tickle him and have a meal with him. And I mean a meal, to watch him eat. There is no way to describe what that feels like, to hold your child and know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and to feel like a mom again.
If that does not tug on your heartstrings, right? That's amazing. We are so proud of you and just blessed to have you a part of that journey with us. The way you guys can get involved, we have a program, All Is Bright. It's just around the corner. Our goal is to get 1,500 more Liam and Patties, more stories just like theirs, to be able to have a son hold his mom for the first time and know that the Christmas holiday spirit is there and God is alive and well, right? And so for $27, you can do that. $27, like, it's nothing. So it's being able to provide them with what they need and being able to help God Behind Bars reach those goals and have your church and your community and yourself involved with such an amazing program, something that can give back for years and years and years and bless the people that need it the most. So thank you all for letting us be here. We have a booth right outside if you want to get more information on it. We'll be able to answer questions for you if you want more info or just want to say hi. We'll be out there to help you do that. If you all like to join me as well and stand on your feet, we're going to do some more worship today. Thank you.